My unit is on 5th grade fractions. Week 1, the Common Core standard is to add and subtract with unlike denominators, including mixed numbers, by replacing with equivalent fractions in such a way as to produce an equivalent sum or difference of fractions with like denominators. Okay, bullet 1 says, introduce how to add and subtract fractions step by step. And as the students are getting to know how to add and subtract fractions and they feel comfortable, I'm going to let them come to the board and show what they know. I'm going to group students into pairs and have them go through the addition and subtraction of fractions together, and I'm going to ask them for a thumbs up or a thumbs down, which will indicate me whether or not they understand or do not understand what they're doing. I'm going to let them spend 5 minutes going over what we have learned, and then let the students have time to go to the computer and play a game with fractions. And here is a little example right here. And week 2, the Common Core standard is to solve word problems involving addition and subtraction of fractions referring to the same whole, including cases of unlike denominators, by using visual fraction models or equations to represent the problem. Use benchmark fractions and number sense of fractions to estimate mentally and assess the reasonableness of answers. And bullet 1 says we're going to refresh students on addition and subtraction from last week. And we're going to introduce word problems using fractions, take an online tour and see how fractions are used in cooking. A short game using word problems, discuss with students possible misunderstandings with word problems and what signal words to watch for. After an informal assessment, students will have an understanding and will work with other students who are struggling. Students who have an understanding of the concept will work with other students who are struggling. Class will be divided into 2 groups, and I will have them construct a word problem using the addition and subtraction of fractions. Next, the groups will trade on each other's work, and they'll work each other's problem, and we'll discuss it in class. Briefly, we will refresh on adding and subtracting fractions and solving word problems with fractions, and I'm going to assess my students with a quiz. And here's the little quiz that I constructed. Okay, week 3, the Common Core standards are interpret a fraction as division of the numerator by the denominator, solve word problems involving division of whole numbers leading to answers in the form of fractions or of mixed numbers, by using visual fraction models or equations to represent the problem. Another Common Core standard is to apply and extend previous understandings of multiplication to multiply a fraction or whole number by a fraction. And I am going to give students an assessment, 5 fraction problems, and watch and see who already understands this concept. I'm going to refresh students on previous skills such as adding, subtracting, using mixed numbers and whole numbers. I'm going to arrange students in tables or desks of 4. Each group invents a card game that we're going to incorporate fractions into, and an example would be Fraction Facts War. And in this game, players will turn up 2 cards, one over the other, making a fraction. To start, you may want to use the smaller card as the denominator. Greatest fraction wins. Later, you can just have the first card be the numerator and the second card be the denominator. Improper fractions are fun and easy too. And this is the website that I found this card game on. Take a look here. Right here. And you can see you can extend and do improper fraction war. Week 4. Common Core standard is interpret multiplication as scaling or resizing, and discuss healthy and harmful eating habits. We're going to refresh and review previous skills such as multiplying and dividing. Reinforce students' multiplying and dividing fraction skills by increasing and decreasing the serving size in a recipe. We're going to introduce word problems using fractions, take an online tour, and see how fractions are used in cooking. And this is a website that I found some lessons on that. And I don't think I can get it to where you guys can see it. Okay, and then we're going to bake. The class is going to do a project. We're going to bake and we're going to measure out our fractions for our ingredients. And then we're going to take a unit test.